concrete artists. Today we're going to make a cactus planter together. We're going to use concrete and mineral pigments, integral mineral pigments. I'm pointing to them over here. You don't see them, they're off camera, but I'll slide them in. Oh no, they're too far away. Mineral pigments, concrete, and a mold. And we're going to do it together because it's fun to make things together. Here's our mold. This is made by Concrete. You can find this and many other molds at concrete.com. But the concrete, I'm just going to shovel it out. I'm going to guess how much we need here. I've got gloves on. I've got a dust mask, safety goggles, all the safety gear. You don't want to breathe dust in. It's not good for you. So you can use whatever concrete you want to use to do this. But for this video, we're going to use a very special concrete called gray matter. And what's special about it? What's special about it, well, one of the biggest things is it cures very quickly. It cures very quickly, and it's way stronger than any concrete you're going to be able to get from the hardware store. And why is that important? Number one, it's important for your concrete to cure quickly, so that it doesn't take super long to do this. You don't want to have to make something and then wait a week before you pop it out of the mold. That's no fun. Or it's less fun. It can still be fun. That's still fun. I don't want to knock that timeline. That can still be fun, but it's less fun. I found that my concrete work got dramatically better when I could pop stuff out quicker, get in more repetitions, make more things fast. I got better quicker through repetition. Weird, hey? That you get good at things when you repeat them. So here's our concrete. We've shoveled this out. I think that's enough for this, probably. If not, we'll add more, but we're pretty close. I'm going to put this dry batch just over here, just out of sight. And now I've got some water. Now I'm pouring some water into the concrete. Gray matter. So the other special thing about this concrete is it sets up very hard. It's super, super strong. At a bare minimum, 4 times stronger than any concrete you've ever been exposed to. And that is important because you can make thin things. You can make your concrete lighter. You don't have to make things big and thick and heavy. So with stronger concrete, you can make objects thinner. You can get better detail, and in turn, use less concrete. Look at this stuff. It's beautiful. Now, the other very special thing about gray matter, this concrete that we're using today, is that I designed it from the ground up to work well with mineral pigments. No other concrete maker, no other concrete artist has gone to the lengths I've gone to make sure that the concrete works perfectly with the mineral pigments that we source for it. And that's a big deal to me. I love color. And if you've tuned into this video, I have a feeling you might love color too. And that's kind of a counterintuitive thing when it comes to concrete work. People think of concrete as being gray and cold, and I want to say no. Concrete can be fun and warm and have emotion and, just be a beautiful medium to work with. So let's do it together. Let's work together. So how much water? How much water do you put into your concrete? Knowing your water is important. I would encourage you to measure an amount of water. You watch what I did. I added water gradually. A water measurement is important, but I'm also looking for a consistency. And the consistency is actually the most important thing. And consistency of your concrete, the flow, can vary depending on environmental factors. Do you live in a humid environment or a dry environment? That can make a big difference with how much water you actually need. So I would encourage you, add water slowly, let it come together until you've got just enough flow. Not too much water. I would say the biggest mistake most people make, especially when they're making things in complex molds, it's too much water. It's very easy to add too much water. And I would say concrete in general. Most people tend to add too much water because they think that as they add more water, their concrete's going to get more and more liquid and easier to work with. And that's half true, except you'll hit a saturation point with your water. And if you go past that saturation point, what happens to your concrete mix is that it starts to come out of suspension. Concrete is made up of cement, sand, fibers, gravel, other admixtures, plasticizers, curing agents, stuff, a lot of things, pigments. Ooh, that's looking good. And if you add too much water into your mix, think of it like making a bread dough. If you had a bread dough and you added way too much water to it, you'd wreck the dough. Concrete's the same way. We've got our little concrete dough here. We don't want to wreck this. So we've got our concrete dough. Now the fun part. We're going to start mixing some pigments into here. Are you still following along? So I'm going to separate. I got this over here. Slid my mold over here. Grab my pigments. And so I'm doing this freestyle. Just throwing in pigment. Starting with white. Because I want a nice light base for what we're about to do with this part of the color. And then this stuff over here, we're going to go, this one's going to be kind of a dark. I actually know what this one is already, so I'm going to jump right to it. It is black, and it is blue. A little bit more blue, and a little bit more black. Now, you can order all of this from concrete.com and mix everything together, but there's another thing. If this is your first time doing this, I've actually made some batches of concrete where I've already mixed the pigments into the batch, and you'll get exactly the color stated on the website for each batch of colored concrete. Why did I do that? Mixing pigment's messy. It's messy and it's got some failure involved. It doesn't always turn out exactly how you want it to. And so I wanted to make that easy for you. So if you want it to be super easy, if it's your first time, you can get small batches of concrete with the pigment already mixed in. You don't have to buy a bunch of different pigments. And it's going to get you quicker results. It's going to get you to the place you want to be faster. And speed is important because people lose interest in things when they take too long. Some things should take some amount of time, but I can guarantee you this is the fastest concrete on the planet. Yeah, fast concrete. Crazy idea, isn't it? I'm going to separate this again. So this color right here, what are we doing? Pull the pigments back. I'm going a little bit of blue, a little bit of red. What color is that? White, blue, red. Anyone know? Well, if we're going pretty equal parts, I'm predicting we should end up with some sort of purple. That's my hope. A light pastel-y purple. Push this together. This color should start coming together real soon. And here it is. Just pinching and kneading and pinching and kneading. And pick up our leftover crumbs. Oh, there's our color. Purple. It's a great one. Little chunk of purple dough. Roll it up into a ball. Set it right there. We're going to come back to that. This color. And this one I'm going green, and I'm going to add a decent amount of yellow. Yeah, what kind of green is this? Decent amount of yellow, and then a pre-batched green. Rather than going blue, I like working with this pre-batched green pigment because it hits you a really solid, middle-of-the-road green. I go a little bit more yellow in there. I want this to be a very... Put this pigments up and out of the way. I think we've got it. So there's our two little kind of a half and half, yellow and green, which should get us to a fun color. Let's just knead this together. Let's knead this together. You and I, mixing concrete. So maybe this is your first time, or maybe you're someone who is already accustomed not only to concrete, but to concrete. Mr. Concrete, this channel. Casey, Akeem, Dragon, thank you. Paul, thank you. I know you're out there. I know you're watching. And I just want to say thank you for doing it. Helen, thank you. Lisa, thank you. Thank you for being out there. Adam, thank you. Jason, thank you. Thank you for being out there. Thank you for watching the channel. So this mix, I would say I've actually added a little too much water. I was overzealous. How can I tell? I don't like how sticky that is. So I'm going to just take a little bit of dry batch, throw it in there, and that should bring us back. Bring us back to a nice kind of dough consistency. I still got to work on our black. You know what? By the time I'm done working with black, got this firming up here. Okay, we've got some great colors. Push this to the side. Messy, isn't it? It's a little messy. So I'm working on a piece of plastic on top of a table. I would say to work comfortably, I've got about 2.5 square feet, about a 32-inch by 32-inch workspace. That's a desk. It's a small table, coffee table. It's even a chunk of kitchen counter, a bathroom counter. That's a weird thing, working with concrete on such a small scale. It's weird. I know. But it's how we do it. It's just how we do it. Okay. Let's get this mixed up. Oh, getting messy. I saved our darkest color for last because I didn't want to make a huge mess, and I didn't want to contaminate the other colors too much. So this was black with a little bit of blue. But you end up with a color like this, even though it looks quite black right now, this color is actually going to show kind of pretty blue. It's going to give us a kind of like a navy. So I don't know if I told you at the beginning of this video, but we're actually going to delve into kind of a secret technique, something a little fun. So number one, we're using integral mineral pigments. We're not painting concrete. That's lame. And we're not using paint. This isn't paint. Paint is, yeah, you don't want to use paint in your concrete. Use the proper pigments. It'll go a long way for the longevity of your piece. These are pigments that have been used with concrete for decades, if not even longer than that. Tried and true. Sure, there's other ways to do it, but great. These pigments are great. UV stable, beautiful pigments. So here we're getting into the meat and potatoes. We got our colors here, and I'm just starting to take. I'm making these weird, colorful pancakes. I'm just dropping them down. Boom, 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 on top of each other. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, so look at this. We got a stack. We got purple. We got green, our midnight, more green. Rip it, pull it apart like that. Rip it and pull it apart now. Now I'm just gonna tap it down again. And at that point, I'm gonna pull our mold over. So here's where things get really interesting. I take this and I start ripping it apart. You're gonna see lots of different colors in here. Lots of different colors. Now, we're working a little bit wet today, so I'm actually not sure what we're going to get for results. Drop it all into the mold. My hand over top and just shake it. So there it is. Now, here's another fun magic trick with gray matter. This concrete that I invented specifically for doing art. Arts and craft concrete. What's important with arts and craft? The important thing with arts and craft is you don't want to have a bunch of fancy equipment. And concrete vibration, that's a place where there actually is equipment involved. And we don't need it because gray matter has some very interesting non-Newtonian properties, some interesting fluid properties in that it will level out all on its own. So with just a few little taps here, we're seeing all of our air escape out. I'm just going to keep flicking and tapping, and we're to a point where I'm feeling pretty confident that we've got pop, pop, pop. We've got most of our air out of this thing. Smooth this down. So this is the place. Smooth the bottom of your concrete right now while it's in the mold. Tap it, smooth it, make it nice. I think we're good. So let's set this to the side. Come back to that. We're going to come back to that in 4 hours. Catch you on the cured side, just 4 hours. Bye, everybody. Concrete friends, hello. We're back. It's been 4 hours, and here is our cactus planter that we made together. You and I, making concrete things together. So we've got a silicone mold. It's just a type of rubber mold. We can call it rubber mold. And I'm just separating the edge. Now I'm pushing the bottom with my thumb, catching part of the edge here, and a little bit of a pull. Boop. And there it is. There is a brand new cactus planter. We did it together, and that's just how easy it is. Look at all this beautiful color. Oh, I love it. Very, very nice. So now you know how to do this at home. You can make as many beautiful cactus planters as you want. Color them all sorts of colors. You don't have to make them purple and navy and green like me. You can use any colors you want. But yeah, I hope you had fun doing this. I had fun making it, and that's kind of the idea. What are some fun, beautiful things we can make out of concrete together? That's the whole point of what this channel's all about. So that brings us to, if you have any questions, comments, anything at all, leave it in the comments below. Phone, text, email, whatever. Hit the website, concreteconcrete.com. There's lots of free information on there, color formulas, links to some of our other videos, how-tos. If there's something you're wondering how to do it with concrete, please get in touch. I'm Mr. Concrete Concrete, and I want to help you make beautiful, beautiful concrete. That's it. Make beautiful concrete together. We can do it. Thanks, everyone. Hope you had fun today, and tune in next time for making more beautiful concrete stuff.